Why is Johnny Depp returning to Pirates of the Caribbean 6? Johnny Depp could be returning as Captain Jack Sparrow. After years of uncertainty, the future of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise has suddenly become much more interesting. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer has confirmed that he is in talks with Johnny Depp about returning for the sixth Pirates of the Caribbean movie. A script is currently being developed, and the hope is that Depp can once again step into the role that made Captain Jack Sparrow one of the most recognizable characters in modern movie history. But there is an important detail. This isn't an official confirmation that Johnny Depp has signed on. The discussions are still happening. And if Depp does return, reports indicate that Jack Sparrow may not be the main character this time. So why is Johnny Depp considering a return to Pirates of the Caribbean 6? And why does Disney suddenly seem interested in bringing back the actor who once said he felt betrayed by the franchise? Let's go back to the beginning. Johnny Depp first played Captain Jack Sparrow in 2003's Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. At the time, nobody could have predicted just how successful the character would become. Jack Sparrow wasn't a traditional action hero. He was funny. He was unpredictable. He was sometimes cowardly. He was also incredibly clever. And Depp's performance transformed what could have been a standard pirate adventure into something completely different. The first movie became a massive success. Then came Dead Man's Chest in 2006 and At World's End in 2007. The franchise became one of Disney's biggest film properties. Depp continued as Jack Sparrow through On Stranger Tides and Dead Men Tell No Tales. By the time the fifth movie arrived in 2017, the franchise had become a global phenomenon. But after that, everything changed. A sixth Pirates movie spent years stuck in development. Different writers worked on different versions of the story. At various points, Disney considered a reboot. There was also a separate project associated with Margot Robbie. And throughout all of this, the biggest question remained: would Johnny Depp ever return as Jack Sparrow? For years, the answer appeared to be no. Depp's relationship with Disney had become complicated following his highly publicized legal battle with his ex-wife Amber Heard. During his 2022 defamation trial, Depp testified that he had been removed from the Pirates franchise and that he felt he had been treated unfairly. He also said during the trial that he had previously been involved in discussions about Pirates 6, including conversations about the story and writing. At one point, Depp famously indicated that he would not return to the franchise even if Disney offered him an enormous amount of money. That made a comeback seem almost impossible. But time changes things. And now, in August 2026, Jerry Bruckheimer has confirmed that conversations with Depp are happening again. Bruckheimer told Deadline that he and his team are working on the screenplay and are talking with Depp about the project. That is a major change from where the franchise stood only a few years ago. So what changed? The first major reason is simple. Pirates of the Caribbean is still an incredibly valuable franchise. The 5 previous movies have generated billions of dollars around the world, but the franchise has been inactive since 2017. That creates a problem for Disney. If you're going to bring pirates back after almost a decade, you need a reason for audiences to care. And there may be no stronger reason than Captain Jack Sparrow. The character is inseparable from Johnny Depp. You can create a new pirate story, you can introduce new characters, you can even reboot the franchise. But the moment audiences hear the words Pirates of the Caribbean, many of them immediately think of Jack Sparrow. Disney appears to understand that. That's why the current approach may be a compromise. Instead of making Jack Sparrow the central character again, the new movie could introduce a new lead while bringing Depp back in a supporting role. Reports indicate that Margot Robbie remains connected to the project, with the new story expected to focus on her character. And this could actually make sense for Depp. He wouldn't necessarily have to carry another entire Pirates movie. Instead, Jack Sparrow could appear as a legendary pirate who connects the old franchise to a new generation. Imagine a story where a new group of characters is introduced, but eventually they cross paths with Jack Sparrow. That would allow Disney to move forward without completely abandoning what made the original movies successful. And it would allow Depp to return without having to recreate exactly what he did 20 years ago. There is also another reason this timing makes sense. Johnny Depp is rebuilding his movie career. After years of legal battles and intense media attention, Depp has gradually returned to filmmaking. He directed Modi, 3 Days on the Wing of Madness, and has several acting projects connected to his comeback. His upcoming film, Ebenezer, A Christmas Carol, is scheduled for release in November 2026. So a return to one of his most famous roles would represent another major step in that comeback. But Depp's decision is likely to depend heavily on the script. That's something Jerry Bruckheimer has emphasized before. Bruckheimer previously said that if Depp likes the way the part is written, he could return. And that may be the key to understanding the current negotiations. Johnny Depp probably doesn't need Pirates of the Caribbean, but Pirates of the Caribbean could certainly benefit from Johnny Depp. That gives Depp leverage. If the studio wants Jack Sparrow back, it needs to give him a meaningful reason to return. The character cannot simply appear for 5 minutes as a nostalgia cameo. Fans would expect more. At the same time, Depp may not want to return to exactly the same version of Jack Sparrow. The character has already had 5 movies. A 6th film needs to offer something different. That could mean making Jack older, wiser, more legendary, or perhaps even placing him in a mentor-like role. And that's where the Margot Robbie connection becomes interesting. Rather than replacing Jack Sparrow completely, Disney could use Robbie's character to establish the next generation of the franchise. Jack could then become the bridge between the original films and whatever comes next. That would also explain why Depp's potential role is reportedly being considered as supporting rather than leading. But there is still a major question. Will Johnny Depp actually say yes? Right now, we don't know. Bruckheimer's comments confirm discussions, not a finalized deal. There is no official announcement saying that Depp has signed a contract. There is also no confirmed release date for Pirates 6. The screenplay is still being developed, so fans should be careful with headlines claiming that Jack Sparrow is officially back. He's not, at least not yet. What we have right now is something potentially more important. The door is open again. For years, that door seemed completely closed. Now, Jerry Bruckheimer is publicly talking about Depp's return, and that alone has changed the conversation around Pirates 6. There is also a fascinating irony here. Johnny Depp once wanted the Pirates characters to have a proper goodbye. During his 2022 testimony, he discussed the idea that the characters should be allowed to have their proper farewell. Now, years later, the franchise may be offering him another chance to give Jack Sparrow one more adventure. And perhaps that's what could make a return attractive. Not simply another paycheck, not simply nostalgia, but the opportunity to give Jack Sparrow a better final chapter. If the story is right, Depp could return, appear alongside a new generation of characters, and finally give audiences one more memorable adventure with the world's most famous fictional pirate. And if Disney is smart, it won't treat his return as a gimmick. It will make it part of the story. Because Jack Sparrow isn't just another character in the franchise. He is the face of Pirates of the Caribbean. For more than 20 years, audiences have associated the series with Johnny Depp's performance. That's why Disney is talking to him now. The studio wants to revive the franchise. It wants new characters. It wants a new story. But it also knows that abandoning Jack Sparrow completely could make the comeback much harder. So the compromise may be simple. Bring back the new generation, but bring back Jack Sparrow too. And that could be the future of Pirates of the Caribbean 6. A new adventure, a new lead, a new chapter. But somewhere in the middle of it all, perhaps one familiar voice will once again say something only Captain Jack Sparrow could say. For now, however, the most accurate answer is this. Johnny Depp isn't officially returning yet. He is in talks. Jerry Bruckheimer wants him back. A screenplay is being developed. And the studio appears to be exploring a version of Pirates 6 that can combine the old franchise with a new generation. If Depp agrees to the role, it could become one of the biggest Hollywood comebacks in years. And if the script gives Jack Sparrow a genuinely meaningful final adventure, there is a very good chance audiences will be ready to sail with him one more time.